What's going on, movie fans? We're back doing another movie talk today. Today I don't want to talk so much about a specific movie as I do a kind of movie. Today we're going to talk about a kind of movie they do not make anymore. We're talking about action movies, horror movies, set in a high school. Because of the way society works now, we're not probably ever going to see these kind of movies again. But in the 80s and 90s, it was a big trend. It was a really common thing that happened, and some really great movies got made. So, I've randomly picked a list of about 5 of these. We're gonna run through them real quick and just talk a little bit about each movie. We're starting off with the 1982 movie, Class of 1984. This was the first movie that Michael J. Fox was ever in. This is the first, on-screen film he ever made. It's a really weird, graphically violent Canadian drama suspense film about a idealistic teacher that moves into a crumbling weird school, and the kids are so bad in this one. They're shooting the heroin, they're selling all the drugs with the raping and the ultra violence, but it's made in the style of a 1950s youth gone bad movie, like Blackboard Jungle, but it's ultra violent. Such a weird movie. It's got a great ending. The bad guy falls through a skylight and he's just hanging there as they're having the high school assembly below him. Beautiful. Like I said, it's the first movie Michael J. Fox was ever in. He's the good kid in this school. He's the good kid that the teacher's got to try and save. Next is 1991 horror classic, Child's Play 3, Chucky 3. Ain't nobody else famous in this movie but Brad Dourif doing the voice of Chucky. I can't remember if the same kid plays Andy in that movie or not. I don't think so. Like I said, nobody else famous in this one, but it's set in a military school. I believe it was filmed here in Missouri, where I'm from, so I've always kind of liked it for that too. At the end, Chucky's got this weird contraption built, I think, where he's gonna get struck by lightning and finally transfer his soul back into another one of his boys. It's just a great movie. Child's Play series was really on track there. It starts to warble and come off the tracks at about Bride of Chucky. Next is a 1991 movie, another 1991 movie, Toy Soldiers. This one's got a really great cast. It's got Sean Ashton, Louis Gossett Jr., R. Lee Ermey, Will Wheaton. The bad guy is Andrew Divoff. He's the bad guy terrorist in a bunch of movies. He's in Another 48 Hours. He's in Wishmaster. He's always the bad dude. He's a great bad guy. Things get really inventive. This movie has a great cast. High school action. You can't beat it. All right, number 2 on our list of 5 is The Substitute. 1996, starring Tom Berenger, William Forsythe, and Ernie Hudson. And also Luis Guzman. The bad guy is Mark Anthony. Tom Berenger is a mercenary who retires, and him and his whole crew just sort of move to Miami and try and start normal lives. Tom Berenger ends up dating a teacher. Teacher discovers all the corruption going on in the school, gets attacked, and it hurt really badly. I think she's in intensive care for most of the movie. Tom Berenger, because he's a mercenary, goes undercover into school to catch the bad guys that did it. It's delicious. Mark Anthony, he could be my hero, but in this movie he's the bad guy. Number 1, this is the best action movie set in a high school. This movie is The Principal, starring James Belushi and Louis Gossett Jr. again. He likes doing the high school set action. In this movie, James Belushi is basically an alcoholic, washed-up teacher. He's gets in a huge bar fight and causes a real public ruckus at the beginning of the movie. But because his dad's on the school board, they're not gonna fire him. Instead, to punish him, what they do is they transfer him to the bad school. And it's where they dump all the bad kids from all the other schools. It's very much like the Class of 1984 style crumbling sort of urban high school, with all the kids are drug dealers, and they have very organized crime. There is a hierarchy of crime in this movie. These guys were watching movies and taking lessons when they started their drug empires. But James Belushi gets fed up. He decides he's gonna quit drinking and start acting right, and he's gonna take the school back. Lean on me style, we're taking the school back. And there's all this fighting, people are getting killed. There's always the good student who's gonna get into some kind of trouble, and that's what's gonna push the principal or the teacher over the edge and send them out after the bad guys. Like I said, high school action movies are just, you're probably never gonna see that again. There's some other notable exceptions that aren't on my list today. There's a movie called Detention with Dolph Lundgren from like 2000. There's another movie I've only seen one time when it was brand new, and it's essentially Toy Soldiers, the remake. It's called Masterminds. It's got Vincent Kartheiser, the dude from Mad Men, and Patrick Stewart is the bad guy taking over the school. But yeah, high school action movies. Can you guys think of more that I should have put on the list? What else should we be watching? Leave me a comment down below. Do you like doing the list videos where I'm just randomly talking about certain movies, grouping things together and telling a little bit of a story? I'm really having fun making the film videos, so I'm trying to do different stuff. If I keep it interesting, then I'll keep it getting better. Thank you so much for watching.